Welcome back, and in this video we're going to talk about creating a communication blueprint. Understanding why and how people use various platforms will go a long way in creating a communications blueprint. Consider the following platforms and how you can use it in your funnel or funnels, and you don't have to use all of them, and there are probably way more than I'm discussing here, but these are probably the most popular ones that you can possibly use. So let's start with blogs. Believe it or not, but some people still like to read, and so you can use blogs to communicate sermon outlines, sermon transcriptions, event promotion or event review, announcements, testimonies, and a lot more. The key is to link back to other channels for cross-promotion and search engine benefits, which is way too much to explain here but in detail, but I want to give you the short version is the more you can link to other stuff that you have on the web that makes sense, the more the search engines will like you, and when someone searches for a specific term and that shows up and it's been linked back and forth, you will show up as a search result. All right, YouTube and Vimeo. Both platforms have their benefits and drawbacks, and if possible, be on both. Vimeo is great if you want to control what your audience sees after your video. YouTube, on the other hand, is great if you want as many eyes on your video as possible, but it could have questionable content on the same page afterwards. Use links in the descriptions to link back to your blogs or to other channels for cross-promotion. Post sermons, video testimonies, and other content that will promote your brand to the masses. All right, podcasts. This is very popular for people on the go. It's like the video without the video. Use opener and closers to connect the audience to other channels. We sometimes call them bookends. So in the beginning and the end of your podcast, you say, hey, welcome to Cross Church's podcast. We hope you enjoyed our message today. And be sure to check us out on Facebook, Vimeo, Twitter, and wherever else. All right, Facebook pages. This used to be the go-to thing for anyone to have, and you still need it. But it is not going to show up on your audience's walls like it used in the past. In 2018, early in 2018, they started changing the algorithms, and this is taking a lower priority to a few other things that Facebook offers. So use it like a billboard. Basically, put out there what you want people to see at first glance, especially the community. Let them see what you do, but don't expect a lot of interaction with it. I mean, it still happens, but it's not going to be huge. Link back to other channels by posting content from those channels on your page, and create stories. This is fairly new for Facebook, but it's amazing, and you can read this great article for guidelines on creating a story. And in short, a story is a picture or video collection of such that stays on your wall for 24 hours, and people actually see it's a little bit higher up on the priority list of showing it on people's, not only walls, but people that follow you will show on the top that you have a story for the day. All right, Facebook groups. This is where the magic happens. Communities created in Facebook will make these posts and interactions more often show up than page posts. So group posts and page posts differently. Group posts is where the interaction is. It's more what Facebook intended to be when they started out. So yeah, use groups, post prayer requests there, congratulate people on a baby that's born, share some condolences of a death, etc., etc. When the interaction happens there, people will love it, Facebook will love it, and they will show up more on people's walls. Instagram is great for awareness, and let a picture say 1,000 words. Or make that one-liner from Sunday into a picture and let it say 1,000 words. Let a video say 1,000,000 words. Make a daily video post from a great point from Sunday, or promote an upcoming event. Follow these links for great guidelines on Instagram videos. There are some rules. There can only be a certain amount of seconds, etc., etc. And again, like in Facebook, create stories. Follow this link for great guidelines on stories for Facebook. Actually, this specific link, even though it says Facebook, relates to Instagram stories. So same thing, it'll show up for 24 hours. People that follow you will see that more likely than just a typical post. Twitter, if you have it, I'm not a personal fan, but you might have an audience there, and why not use it if you can? Great for a quick thought with a link, and you can link back to another platform just like in everything else. So here's a question: when to post what, where? So create a steady flow of information that follows a natural rhythm and pattern. Once you create the flows, track the user interaction data to alter the times of the day or days of the week to use different platforms. You're gonna have to do a little bit of experiments and just figure out when do people interact with your brand the most. Here's a weekly social media outreach example, which we can also call a blueprint. On Sunday, post announcement videos as a story on Instagram and Facebook and maybe Twitter. Post the sermon audio to a podcast and let the bot welcome first-time guests who signed up in the bot and sign them up for a welcome and next step sequence. This happens automatically based on keywords in the bot, and the sequence consists of messages and videos that educate and encourage that you can create. And then another thing for the bot, congratulate people who made a decision to join your faith community and sign up for Faith Basics sequence. Again, this happens automatically based on the keywords in the bot, and the sequence consists of messages and videos that educate and encourage. So this could be, hey, what's your next step? If you do baptisms after salvation, encourage people to sign up for your next baptism and send them every day of the week a step of what's Bible study look like, what's prayer look like, maybe the scripture observation, application, and prayer sequence that we use for Bible study. So the bot can do that and let us start on a Sunday and then go through a sequence on Mondays. All right, Mondays. Posted sermon on your YouTube and Vimeo, embedded on the blog post, create main points of sermon as headers underneath the video and link to timestamps in the video. So that's a cross-linking again. Transcribe the sermon and post as a blog post underneath all those points that you just made and link above headers to text anchors. Post mini videos, about 30 to 60 seconds of sermon on Instagram and Facebook. And Tuesday to Friday, post some more of those mini videos. Make it part of the story on those platforms. And then Wednesdays, this is a great opportunity for the bot to go out and blast a midweek connection with encouraging thoughts. And you can also use the bot on midweek connection, for instance, for parents of children to tell them just a quick recap of the 2 or 3 or 4 points that kids might have learned in the Bible verse and the story they might have heard about on Sunday, and they can share it as a family again here in the middle of the week. Saturdays, create a meme or a photo inviting people to weekend services and blast it on all the platforms. If you need help creating a blueprint for your church with all these options, keep an eye out for an upcoming resource focusing on this in greater detail, or set up a 20-minute call with me to talk about how I can possibly help you create the perfect communications blueprint by following this link, calendly.com/Levies. That W sounds like 2 V's, but it's a W, /discovery. Right, next up, conversational bots. See you there.